All right, guys, what we have here is 2021 Dodge Durango. It has the V6 motor in it, not a V8, kind of sad. That's all we could get with the prices the way they are this year. And then we're gonna use the 0W20 Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic, which Dodge recommends. So I like to put it up on ramps. You got the oil drain plug right under here. Right there, ready to go. Let you know what size that is. And then we're gonna have to find the oil filter on this because it does have an inner oil filter with a cap. All right, guys, so we used a 13, what the hell it is, 13 mil and 13 mil on the socket. It's a little bit of a bugger for the first time changing the oil from the dealer. What you want to do is push up a little bit. That way you can hold it and then release. You're still going to get oil on you no matter what you do. All right. So this cover's got to come off to get the oil filter from what I've seen. You get a pop. I'm not left-handed, but be careful popping that out. Little slides in. Set that to the side. You got a little pop rivet here, little pop rivet here, and there's two on the back. But first we're going to take this torque spit out. So this was a it was a T30, yeah. So T30 for that torque spit. Pop the sucker out. It's a little bit long. It does have a washer in it. Set that right there, we don't lose it. Somehow these pop rivets are supposed to pop up on here, but it's going to take some force on the back corner. Pop rivet back there. So you got 4 of these rivets that pop in, little pop rivets. So you really got to give it some force on the back side, just not too much where you break it, but yeah. So next steps, we can find this oil filter, which should be down in here. That little cap right there. I don't know if you could see that. Let's see here. That's going to be it right there. I believe it's a 15/16, but we'll find out. Let's see what we got here. There it is. Nasty little oil filter. Let's see if we can get that off with 2 hands. All right, so that took a little bit of force. There's a little pop rivet in there that it pops into. You're going to be replacing it with the MO349 or filter of your choice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this out, lube it up with some fresh oil over the oil pan I set up here. I like to lube my oil filter before I put it in. And then we'll reinstall that cap. And we ended up, instead of a 15/16, we ended up going with a 24 mil, which seemed to work out pretty well. So installed. It's gonna look like this. Nipple end, a little missile end out, and you pop it back in there. I already soaked it all up. As you can see, it's nicely lubed. I'm gonna put it back in this hole here. Nice as you can so you don't knock anything in there. Make sure when you thread this in, it goes nice, because if it goes in forceful, you're asking for trouble. Don't force it. It's one thing I've learned, don't force it. Always clean this plug off best you can. Try to get all dirt off. Use any kind of shirt, rag. I found this, some old tape or something on there that was on the edge of the bolt. We don't want that getting our oil. So, yeah, like so. I got a little bit of oil running out, a little bit left. Maybe a spoonful or 2. I'm gonna put this oil plug back in. Don't cross thread these. They always go in smooth. If they ain't going in smooth, something's wrong. You screwed something up. So again, it's a 13 millimeter. So I got a 13. We're just gonna go nice and snug with this. We're not gonna kill it. Same thing with the one up top. I only went until it was snug. Nice and tight. You could torque this. The proper way to do it would be to go to the manual, get torque values, and torque it the way you're supposed to, but we're not gonna do that. So yeah, let's. All right, cap's back on. Just tapping in basically. I'll use this. Gently put it in. That's good. All right, last but not least, we'll add our oil. We ended up adding 5.9 quarts. That was precise. Always check it as you go. Just in case it's off a little bit, wipe all the oil down, blah, blah, blah. This is your oil entry port, all capped up. Reset the computer. All right, so you can come in the car, start it up. I'm already on the info page, but if you want it, I don't know how yours is set up. Mine's set up like this. So go down until you find the information center. So here it is, we're gonna go right. All right, you're just gonna hold OK to reset your oil life. I went a little bit too far, so engine must be off, ignition and run. So let's try this again. So ignition and run. Hold OK to reset. Maybe not. There we go. And another thing that I like to do, you can take it how you will, but there's one thing I like to do, and it's the trips. I like to use one of the trips because we have two. I like to reset them, and then it gives me an idea where it's at in case we get to like 5,000 I can't remember. Or you can write it in your handy dandy book in the service manual. Write it right in the back of the notes of the book when you serviced it, date, time, mileage, etc. The only thing left to do is run it for a few minutes. Make sure you got no leaks, nothing leaking out anywhere. Check underneath. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching.